Okay, good morning and welcome to this second developer log for Chronicle Destiny. Um, First thing I worked afterwards was basically a basic attack, right? Uh, it just creates this uh, hitbox object and places it in front of the playable character. Right, it does depend on the direction, so that took a little bit to figure out, being especially uh, not to update the direction when there's no input uh, available, right? The direction is determined when the input is available, and when there's none, it just keeps it whatever was last. Um, Next is an NPC, which doesn't really do much. It just collides with the hitbox right now. And I kind of made the hitbox a little bit bigger. But the NPC will become important later on. But for right now, it really doesn't do anything. Next is the Dialog UI. Uh, the main hook of this game is the dialogue system. It's gonna be, if everything goes well, it's gonna essentially be a real-time dialogue. By that I mean that it will not go to a separate dialogue state. You'll still be able to access everything that the playable character can do, on top of while also being able to be part of a dialogue, basically. So right now basically just being able to draw the UI. There's a dialogue variable, and it's switching between two states: quiet and think. Think is basically when you're thinking what to say, while quiet is you're quiet, you're not saying anything. So dialogue thought is the next one, right? So when you're thinking of basically what to say. And in this occasion, it's just greetings. That's what you're thinking. So you press the dialog button, and all the options that are available at that moment become available. For you to choose in this occasion, or well, right now I just basically just writing greet, basically, because that's all that it's available. Dialog speak, right? So first you go from quiet to think, and then to speak, right? Um, When I just going through each one, uh, there really is no selection or anything, which is I think is the next thing. Yep, dialogue choice, right? So right now there's three choices. You can greet someone, you can um, ask something, or you can order someone, right? So an ask is changes the response to I have a question, and when you order someone, it says hey you, right? And greeting, it just says hi. So when you're thinking, you're basically able to choose what you want to say before you say it. But then what if you don't want to say anything? So that's where dialogue cancel comes in. So you press the dialogue button, and it already has something selected. It has, in this occasion, it has greet already selected. So once you release the dialogue button, it will automatically say hi. But what if you stop yourself to think like, no, I should not say anything? So there's a cancel button. Basically, it toggles um, between be able to select or not. And if it's basically not be able to select once you release the basically when you release the dialog button, whatever is selected, that's what it's going for. So there's a button to not select anything. So if there's nothing selected, nothing is being said. But if something is selected, that's what is being said. So these were the goals last week, right? Attack, NPC, Dialog UI, greet, confirm, and interrupt. This is what exactly ended up happening this week. I did attack, NPC, and Dialog UI. But as I thought about how to implement the greeting and interrupt, basically the small little steps to actually reach those objectives, so it got broken down even further to dialog thought, dialog speak, dialog choice, and dialog cancel. So the goals for next week is dialog listen. So basically that's when the NPC actually talks. Dialog conversation, basically when you're actually engaged in a conversation with an NPC and not just saying hi to everyone, basically. Dialog options, basically right now greet, ask, and order is what I right now think of as like initializing a dialogue, initial dialogue. When you approach someone, you can either do one of those three things. But once you're in the conversation, maybe you're presented with options. So basically how the dialogue system is going to handle options. Interrupt. Like I said, it's a real-time dialogue system. So at one point, maybe you want to not continue the conversation. So how to interrupt the conversation. And then there's numbers, similar with options. How will the dialogue system handle numbers? Let's say the NPC asking you how many potions, right? So how will you be able to input numbers? Just another thing is that I have a website called bluestar03.com. It's still a work in progress, but the main thing is that I will be posting the current build as of this recording. So everything I have talked about so far is implemented on it. It will actually be on bluestar03.com/alpha. And that page will always have the current alpha. In this occasion, it is the second alpha because last week, whatever. But yeah, it will be available at that website. For whoever wants to check it out, they can check it out. So yeah, that's it. And hopefully I keep progressing till next week. Later.